Hi, hey, and hello there. Obi-Han here, and welcome back to the Comic High Ground. Alright, you know what we're here for. Deadpool and Wolverine. I went to see the movie Thursday night, and let me tell you, it was freaking awesome. Now, I didn't do a video on it till now for, well, two reasons. One, I wanted to give you all a chance to go see it for yourselves. Everybody don't have the time to go to the movies for day one, right? Folks have jobs, they got kids got homework, etc. And the second reason is because of an ongoing talking point that people have had for the last year, and especially since the first trailer dropped. And that is the question, can this movie save the MCU? And I wanted to address that in this video. But I wanted to think about it some after having time to really process the movie. So I'll talk about that after my review. Also, this review will have some spoilers, but I'm not going to tell the entire movie beat for beat. Just gonna hit a few high points. I want you all to go see it for yourselves because it's definitely an experience. So, without further ado, let's fucking go. The movie wants us to know that they're not undoing Logan right off the bat because in the opening of the movie, we see Deadpool basically digging up the grave of Wolverine only to find that his skeleton is there, and he kinda has a fit. Shortly after this, the TVA shows up, and then we get this really awesome and hilarious opening credit sequence because Deadpool is fighting the TVA with Logan's skeleton while also dancing to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. Like, he's literally doing their dance moves. If you ever seen the music video, you know what I'm talking about. He, like, move for move, he's doing the dance moves. And that was freaking hilarious, and it kind of set the tone for the movie, too, because that was a strong point right off the bat. And I feel like that scene particularly was for people around my age who grew up listening to NSYNC and everything, who would know all about that time period and everything, you know, like 2000, 2001. I think I was like 10 or 11 when that song came out. So yeah, that was freaking awesome. But after that, the movie moves forward and we find out that Deadpool's trying to find a new Logan to replace the original one that was in his universe, because his universe is beginning to unravel. And this is because we find out that basically every universe has let's say a special person, a special hero. And if that hero is removed from the universe, then the universe begins to unravel. So in this case, it was Logan for Deadpool's universe. And so that's why he's trying to find a new Logan to replace him. And so we get this awesome montage where we see all kinds of different iterations of Wolverine, including like Age of Apocalypse, Old Man Logan, Patch, a comic accurate 5'3" Logan, which was freaking hilarious. And probably the most surprising of all was a Logan that was played by Henry Cavill, which I was not expecting. That was surprising. And like, Henry Cavill's Logan is like really, really big. I guess Henry Cavill's a big dude anyway, but you're not used to seeing Logan look that big because Hugh Jackman does get like real buff, but it's kind of weird seeing Henry Cavill as Logan. He did a good job with the voice and everything, but you know, I'm just saying he did a good job, but I think maybe they're probably gonna have to choose somebody else to play Logan long term for the MCU. But again, he did good for the time that he was on screen. Now, there were a few other variations of Logan, but I'll let you see those for yourselves because again, I don't want to spoil everything. When he finally gets to the main Logan, the movie really kicks off. Deadpool and Logan pretty much both get pruned not too long after that, and they're sent to the Void, you know, the one from Loki. And at that point, they pretty much have this race to return to their homes. And, you know, there's some bickering and stuff, but I'll get to that in a bit. Along the way, we get to see some more surprising cameos, like Chris Evans' Johnny Storm came back, which is probably, in my opinion, one of the coolest cameos, because, again, I was wondering if they would ever kind of address that and have Chris Evans come back as Johnny Storm in this movie, and just the fact that they did and he really didn't miss a beat, that was freaking awesome. And then we also find out that he was working with Jennifer Garner's Elektra, Wesley Snipes' Blade, Channing Tatum's Gambit, who we didn't get to see before now, and X-23 from Logan. So this is like their own little all-star cast, if you will, of like mini Avengers from different universes. So them along with Deadpool. Oh, I forgot to mention the Deadpool army. There's a Deadpool army in this movie. And I'm sure you all knew that from the trailer because you see Lady Deadpool. She's pretty much leading the army. But in the trailer, you can't see the army. You just see her. But you know there's Deadpool's behind her. But the cameos along with the Deadpool army and then the various Foxmen mutants who are working with Cassandra Nova made the movie a pretty huge nostalgia trip, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm saying that in a good way because it's really one of those scenarios where like, oh, that character, oh, that's that character, that's that character, you know. And I know that's how nostalgia works, but that really is how you are in that movie. It's like, hey, cool. Now, Cassandra Nova herself was really, really powerful. I knew she was a powerful mutant, but I didn't realize just how freaking powerful she was. And I think the actress playing her, I can't remember her name right now, but she did a good job, at least from the standpoint that she gave her a certain charm, and I think that helped. Even though, all in all, Cassandra Nova was a freaking psychopath. But after fighting each other for most of the movie, Deadpool and Logan finally get on the same page, and they manage to defeat her. And that's pretty much all I'm going to tell you story-wise, because again, I want you to see the movie. So, you know, it was a really, really good movie. The action sequences were really top-notch, and Hugh Jackman literally, listen to me, people. He hasn't missed a beat as Wolverine. It's almost like he's still been playing him for the past, 6 or 7 years. Like, almost like he just played him last year. Like, well, I guess technically he did when he was filming this, but you know what I mean. So, in this movie, I actually might say that this is his best Wolverine performance because he really gets to dig deep and truly be like Wolverine. He has a chip on his shoulder about something, and he's as violent as he can be. He gets to move, really, really move like Wolverine. I know they tried to go for that, I think, in Logan, but in Logan, he was supposed to be too old to be able to do what he did before. Now we have him in like this prime age, and he's able to really move around and jump around like Wolverine, and it was really cool to see. And I don't even have to say that Ryan Reynolds knocked it out of the park, right? Because I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds. He is Deadpool, and I mean that's just it. He's Deadpool. You know what to expect from him. Now, about this saving the MCU thing, in my opinion, the MCU really doesn't need saving per se. It just needs better management. And when I say that, I mean the decisions that are being made, or at least the decisions that were being made before this movie, were all made in an effort, I think, to cater to certain audiences in some cases. And then in other cases, I think that they were, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think they were giving their best effort. I think that they had become the king of the hill. I think that they had let success go to their head, and they didn't think that anything they could write, anything they could do would fail. I think they just knew that they were untouchable. And you know, sitting here and deciding to make things like the Eternals or Shang-Chi instead of focusing on more popular characters, you know, that really wasn't too smart in my opinion. And they had the popular characters in their hands at this point, and so I don't know why they couldn't go ahead and do it. And then, you know, speaking of stuff like Eternals and Shang-Chi, can someone tell me how the heck you can write a Eternals and Shang-Chi movie, but you can't get a Blade movie off the ground? You can't get a script, a good Blade script? It's a vampire hunter movie. If they did it in 98, why can't you do it now? Stop trying to replace characters, stop trying to degrade characters, and stop trying to modernize Blade. Just make the damn movie. Alright, in any case, you know, I'm going to get back to the original question. Will this save the MCU? In my opinion, I think so. There's a self-aware joke. Actually, there's a lot of self-aware jokes that Deadpool makes about the MCU in this movie. But one particular one he made is where Wade tells Logan, "Welcome to the MCU. You're joining at a bit of a low point." And we all know that Feige had to approve this movie. He had to screen it, and he had to see it. He had to approve of it. So you know he caught it, and he let it stay in the movie. Why? Because I think he knows he screwed up in the past 4 years. I do actually believe that this is a course correct, and now all we have to do is wait for Captain America Brave New World to see if they truly learned their lesson. But regardless of all that, that's my review of Deadpool and Wolverine. 10 out of 10. One of the best MCU and Fox movies ever made. It's packed with so freaking many Easter eggs and cool moments. I'm gonna have to go see it again. And speaking of Easter eggs, how could I have forgotten probably the best scene in the movie? The scene when Logan finally puts on his cowl. That's on par with some of the best MCU scenes in history. Seriously, that's my favorite part of the movie, when he put that cowl on. And then they had the Madonna song playing next to it. Or while that sequence was going on, they had the Madonna song playing. That was freaking awesome. It was perfect. It was freaking perfect. In fact, I think Ryan Reynolds said Madonna had input on how they would use her song in that movie. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, apparently Madonna was the right person to go to for that. So, yeah, go see this movie. Heck, go see it twice. Now, with that said, that's all I got to say for this review. That's all I got to say in this video. So, hit that like button. Drop a comment to let me know what you thought of this movie if you've seen it already. Subscribe for more. And remember, we have the high ground. Catch you later.